I'm George Wrighster. He's Ralph Amsden, and this is Wrighster or Wrong, the intersection where sports, business, society, and pop culture meet the truth. So, the NBA playoffs have been blank. Fill in the blank, people, because it was good until about a week ago. The 963 people got banned from Russia, and I have found this absolutely hilarious. Except for this has some terrible consequences for Brittany Griner. The top five list today. Top five places that you do not want to be banned from. And Tim Anderson versus Josh Donaldson. Was it racist? Was it not racist to call him Jackie? And then last thing, Juneteenth is coming up. And Walmart decided, listen, we will capitalize on the black folks here. We will make some Juneteenth ice cream. That's how we'll show our solidarity. Get the fuck out of here, man. Man. So, yeah, you guys can hit us up 818-293-7547. I'm mad at unafraidshow.com. All right, let's get to it. First thing off, the NBA playoffs, Ralph, have been blank.
Terrible. Terrible. I mean, especially for me as a Suns fan, but objectively,
I mean,
these games
take away
not.
your bitter beer face Suns fandom.
But here's what I'll say: like the worst experience of my life is 50 to 27 at halftime of Game 7 at home with Luca also having 27 points. Like that is the worst basketball watching experience of my life. But every game I've watched since then in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals has felt the exact same. These games are over by halftime.
Well,
They're
except
over.
game one in the Eastern Conference Finals, where the what was it? The Miami Heat outscored the Celtics by like 30 after, and they lost three of the four quarters, but still won the game.
Right. But they haven't been all that close or all that
Correct.
exciting.
Not even a little bit.
Um, I've been going to bed in the third quarter. I can't lie because it's just been it's been boring. I mean, I guess game 3 between Golden State and the Mavericks was single digits in the final score, but it didn't ever really feel
No,
close to me.
no, no. That game was that game was over. And see, I've enjoyed the Western Conference Finals because I've enjoyed Luca playing well. I've enjoyed watching being right about the Warriors. I love the way that they play basketball. They make shots. They're the most fun team. They're the most fun basketball team to watch maybe of all time. Like since the Showtime Lakers or the Chicago Bulls with Jordan. The most fun team to watch. Even more fun than my Lakers with Kobe. Like that's how fun they are to watch.
They can go the flurries that they can go on are there's nothing like there's absolutely nothing like it. I might push back on fun just because I think I could have a good time watching any good team go to work, but the little scoring flurries that they like 15 points in 80 seconds that they do 2 or 3 times a game is
Yes.
pretty incredible. But it also makes like a really disjointed basketball watching experience because then they'll go quiet for like 4 minutes.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's weird. It comes in like spurts. They're like basketball diarrhea.
See, I love watching it, dude. It is, but the Eastern Conference Finals have been poo poo, poo poo, poo poo. I mean, it's been a brutal watch. And after what was a really good start to the playoffs, because you had drama and intrigue in the Phoenix Pelican series, and that was the first sign that something could be wrong in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
The Dallas Utah series, Luca didn't play for the first two games. You had Jalen Bronson step up big time, so you had something there. Golden State, Denver, nothing burger. Memphis and Memphis and Minnesota, and then Memphis and Golden State drama. Fans were engaged. The Boston Bucks series, really good. Miami, Philadelphia, that's always intriguing because it's always fun to watch the James Harden meltdown dumpster fire at the end of the season. And now in the conference finals, the Western Conference is okay, but I mean, should you get a sweep in the Western Conference finals? And then the Eastern Conference finals is just, dude, in the first 27 minutes of the Eastern Conference finals, you had three lead changes. In the last 165 or 167, you've had one. One lead change. Everybody's led from cover to cover except for one time in
Yeah,
three games. Well, 3.5 games.
my biggest thing with the Eastern Conference Finals is I think everybody has that one player that they're an irrational hater of. Not at least some of us admit that our hate is irrational, but you want to cling to it, right? And for me, for like 6 years now, it's been Jimmy Butler, and like the yo-yoing of me thinking like, oh man, I've never been more wrong about anything in my life, and then the next game me being like, I told you. It's been like that almost Jimmy Butler's entire career, but especially in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's tied up 2-2 right now. He opened the series dropping 41, and then he had 29 in a loss. Then he got hurt in a win. Then he comes back last night, shoots 3 for 14, and scores 6 points in 30
Oh
minutes.
my God,
And I'm
bro.
like, I knew about that Jimmy Butler.
Dude, riding the Jimmy Butler yo-yo is hilarious, bro.
Imagine liking him, like, because I am an irrational Jimmy Butler hater, right?
Yeah.
Especially because I think him leaving Philadelphia was more on him than anything. Him bouncing out of Minnesota was more on him than anything. Like all of the great gifts that he produced as a Chicago Bull with all of the, raised eyebrows and everything. Them going to the finals as a 7 seed in the bubble, I thought was kind of Mickey Mouse. And so, I've always just kind of been really wary of elevating Jimmy Butler into that superstar stratosphere.
He's as close
And
as
then
you can get to a superstar without being a superstar.
but he comes out and he has these clunkers, and no, I've never once seen anybody try to hold him accountable for his inconsistency.
Because he's
Never
not
once.
a superstar. Like, you can't
But
hold a
but
non-superstar accountable for a lack of consistency in that area.
okay, so what would you call Devin Booker? What would you call Devin Booker? He's never been voted
He's
to an
Jimmy
All-Star
Butler.
team.
He's Jimmy Butler. They are the same
Right,
guy.
but do you see how much hate Devin Booker gets for being inconsistent?
Because he wears lokes. No. On a serious note, it's because you've had so many people cape for him, like
Right, LeBron,
LeBron and
Kevin
everybody.
Durant,
Man,
Kobe.
he's a dog.
Yeah.
He's this. He's this. Give Devin Booker his credit. You better give him his credit. See. Real basketball minds don't know. Y'all don't understand what's going on with Devin Booker. Y'all don't understand. And then he comes out and lays clunkers, and you're like, what had happened?
But not as often as Jimmy Butler. Just I don't get it. I don't know. It really feels to me so like Jimmy Butler's got a little James Harden in him. He gets to the free throw line, he's unstoppable, right? But he's not really a point shooter. He's good for maybe making one a game. And when he doesn't make his one a game and he doesn't get to the free throw line, you have last night where he goes 3 for 14. And so I don't know, man. I don't know what he's about to possibly go to the finals for the second time in 3 years, leaving Minnesota behind, leaving Philadelphia behind, leaving Chicago behind. So would you say he's the best player on the Heat?
Yes. I mean, who is the other option? Bam Adebayo, who's even more wildly inconsistent. His points per game, rebounds per game are down in the playoffs. I mean, it was like I mean, you can't be a superstar in that category when you're averaging like 13 points a game in the playoffs. Kyle Lowry, he hasn't even played. So
Yeah.
I guess it's either Jimmy Butler or Tyler Hero.
I'm going to feel some type of way no matter who comes out of the East because I think that you should get some credit for the Celtics being competitive through several different eras. And I felt like all people ever wanted to do is make fun of Danny Ainge for never making the big moves that would put him over the top.
Yeah.
But staying competitive to me was always been incredibly impressive. And it was the same he was as a player. He went to the finals 6 times, only won 2 of them, but he was always there as a player. He was always there as a GM, a little bit less success as a coach. But if Boston goes to the NBA Finals a year after getting Danny Ainge the hell out of there, even though this is his roster, I'm going to feel some type of way. And if Jimmy Butler leads the Miami Heat in what people are calling the strongest Eastern Conference since before LeBron was drafted, I'm going to feel some type of way. So like, based on my basketball biases and prejudices, I can't win.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm a Warriors fan.
Yeah, jump on the bandwagon, baby. Jump on the bandwagon, bro. I've already committed my fandom to the Warriors. I've told you that. How we've been doing this podcast for a couple, well, and the Pac-12 for years, right? So,
Right.
how long have I professed my been on the Warriors bandwagon?
Um, you've definitely been there, and you don't talk about the Kevin Durant era or really anything like that. For you, I feel like it's always been about if Steph and Aisha can go out there and have success, then that paves the way for you and your family. Because that's like you like I've always taken it as like you feel some kinship with like uh cocky Christian man and his beautiful family out there doing work.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I don't want you to I don't
I
want you to
can't
feel
believe
insulted,
you
but that
said that. That's hilarious, though. I don't. I'm not offended by that. I'm a okay with that. He said cocky Christian family. I like it. I like it. Hey, that might be the name for our family, cocky Christians, the cocky Christian family. That's funny. Um, oh my God, I cannot wait to share this information. But no, I've been on the Warriors bandwagon since. So the Lakers are my squad, right? But I can share my fandom because I'm such a basketball fan. Like I didn't used to like the San Antonio Spurs, but as a basketball guy in my heart, I appreciated the way Tim Duncan played, the way they shared the ball, Greg Popovich, just the way that basketball is supposed to be played. And now it's the Warriors, dude. That like it is like basketball porn for me, bro. Like I'm like, oh, I love it so much. Dude, it like touches all like it touches like the nipples of my
why are you
basketball love.
comparing watching the San Antonio Spurs to porn? It's like I'm in the search bar typing off the glass.
Yes. Oh, oh, oh. Take that,
Something's
take
wrong with
that,
you.
take that.
Something is incredibly wrong with you.
All right. Speaking of something
What?
wrong, 963 Americans have been banned from entering the country of Russia.
Did we make
900
the
and
list? I
I'm,
haven't checked it.
yeah, I haven't checked it, but I mean, okay, so if you get put on this list, do they send you an email or something? Because I wasn't planning on going to Russia. So if I'm on the list, like do are you notified of this?
You find it at the airport,
I mean,
but only on the
they
Moscow
have to
side.
be, yeah, they have to be required to like send you a, you know, like if somebody goes to go sue you or something, like you must give them service. So if I don't get served and I'm on this list, you can't deny me entry into your country, right? Like you,
Right.
okay. So 963 Americans, and there are Republicans, Democrats on the list. So you got President Biden, uh, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Defense Secretary Austin Lloyd, CIA head William Burns. You have, yeah, just all sorts of people on the list. Morgan Freeman is on the list. Mark Zuckerberg is on the list. British journalist and CNN correspondent Nick Patton Walsh, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who's the CEO, or well, the chief executive of DreamWorks Animation Studio. What?
Okay. They must have hated Shrek.
I understand how political people ended up on this list, right? But Mark
It is funny to
Zuckerberg and
like
Jeffrey
the
Katzenberg and Morgan Freeman?
or what about the dead politicians?
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Yes. And this is where the hilarity came in because John McCain got banned. John McCain, former Republican U.S. Senator, U.S. presidential candidate and long-serving senator. Democrat Harry Reid, who was a Senate Majority Leader for like 9 years, and Orrin Hatch, who was in the
Who died like 3 months ago?
yeah. So they have at least three dead people on the list. So my question is, did they not know they died, or is this so much hate that they're like, yo, in case a Lazarus situation happens, you're still banned. Your ashes are banned.
They said no King Tut sarcophagus tours for you.
Yeah.
We, I think, I think that because I mean they're still the country that has like Lenin on display, right? Like his dead body's just out there for people to visit,
Really?
all preserved in glass. I think so. I think so.
That's creepy.
Um, so I don't know. Maybe it's like that. I would say that maybe it's just some like ultra hater stuff, like how Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports keeps an updated list of people he hates and that he's feuding with and tweets it out once a month. It could just be like ultimate grudge list burn book type thing. But the truth is, like, I think that there's probably, if we were in Russia, there would be a lot of anti-American sentiment because of sanctions and because of what state TV is pushing. And so this is probably just something to distract and rally people from the fact that they sent a bunch of their sons off to die in an unjust war. You can't focus on the fact that your leader is a murderer and doesn't care about your lives, only cares about filling oligarchs' pockets to keep himself in power. Like that's this type of list is something to be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, like damn those Americans. Like you really think somebody in Moscow who doesn't have two rubles to rub together cares about Matt Gaetz or Alexandra Ocasio Cortez not being come visit the Kremlin? They don't give a shit. But like this idea of like, hey, we hate America. This is us, galvanizing some hate.
So we're
Maybe,
gonna ban people
maybe.
who aren't coming here anyway. But it could impact, somebody like Morgan Freeman if he were cast in a movie and that needed to film
Yeah.
in Russia. It could impact, I guess Mark Zuckerberg if he needs to go check on a server there or something, or go find, or go find Edward Snowden or somebody. Like,
I, what's weird is England does this. They just straight up ban people. I think.
really?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the banning a person because what they say or their ideas, or because they don't like you. I think that's just a corny flex of power. But what about our girl Brittany Griner? Does this
Yes.
have any effect on her? Because
100.
she's been in custody for trying to bring hash oil through a checkpoint for months.
Yes.
Russia wants to like take a war criminal who's in custody for the rest of his life for providing weapons to like different African tribes and stuff like that, and they want to do a straight up swap for Griner. Um, and it doesn't seem like they have any other um, thing in mind that hold on to as long as she remains an important political ship for them.
Yeah. See, I think that this list coming out only like highlights the fact that Brittany Griner is going to be stuck there for longer. That they are going to use her as a political pawn because of the timing of the invasion in Ukraine. So if
Mm-hmm.
they had never invaded Ukraine, there would be no sanctions, all of that. So then Brittany Griner would have been out. She would have been out because she plays for a team in Russia. She's the best player there. They pay her millions of dollars. So,
Right.
and the people who own teams are powerful people usually. So, don't you think that they
And
want her out of jail?
the government, yeah, and the government's not stupid. If she was really trying to sneak some cash oil in, they know she's probably just trying to relax. She wasn't running a whole ass drug ring
Exactly.
into Russia. No way. Like no, absolutely no way. If here's my question, George, if this was one of the NBA's top centers, if this was like a Carl Anthony Towns or DeAndre Ayton, would they be home?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
think so?
mm, no, no. That it would make it even worse. They would be they would be gone, bro. Because I mean, at least Brittany Griner has business there and people in Russia who want her out. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like because she's impacting her being in jail is impacting their team, it's impacting their economics, everything. So there are people in Russia who want her out of jail. If that were Carl Anthony Towns, nobody in Russia wants Carl Anthony Towns out of jail unless they're a Timberwolves fan.
But do you think that there'd be more outcry from the American side if it was an NBA player?
No, I don't think so because I think that, well, actually, probably yes, but there has been a push to keep this out of the news. And I'm not sure whether that's because that's the best thing to help her. The way it doesn't seem like, oh, this is such a big deal. We're talking about it every day. And that only gives her captivity more power. You see what I'm saying? Or whether it's
Yes.
or whether it's that because she's a woman and plays in the WNBA that it's not front page news every day.
Okay, so then here's the tough question, and I, if you can't answer it, you can't answer it. But we're here to talk about stuff. So if you were in charge of the country in this situation, and you say like, look, you've had Brittany Griner in there since February 17th, keep extending it, like there's no end in sight to this, but you're telling me that you want us to release Victor Bout, who was sentenced in 2012 to 25 years in prison for attempting to sell millions of dollars to weapons to Colombian terrorists, right?
Yeah.
So, and when he was arrested, Eric Holder, the attorney general at the time, called him one of the most prolific arms dealers in the world. They gave him the nickname the Merchant of Death. Do
Oh,
you pull the trigger on this?
abs- oh my God, bro. How can you in good conscience do this? I mean, like, okay, so how long has this dude been in jail?
10 years.
Somebody else already has his job already. Like he's not gonna go back and go be the dude in charge anymore. Like he's old washed up guy. Like he would have to go get back in the unemployment line of arms dealing and try to. I mean, like the people that he dealt with could either be dead or not even in power anymore. So his
You
relationship game
really
is shot.
telling me Victor Bout is out here on Indeed.com typing in arms dealer, looking for job listings in this economy?
Hey man, so look, somebody has already taken his spot. Can we agree with that? And if it's been
Well,
10
yeah,
years,
absolutely.
they're not just gonna be like, oh hey Victor, come on, you come back in. They're like, nah, bro, I'm the big boss now. So I mean, getting Brittany Griner home is very important. I don't know if you make this swap though. But
I
I'm
do.
also not an expert
No
in
hesitation. I
in
do it.
you do it?
Yeah, if you get me a back channel phone call to Vladimir Putin, and I'm like, hey Vlad, why do you want this guy out? Is it a victory for you to say like we got an arms dealer for their basketball players? Because you want to count that for a victory for you, that's fine. But what's the real story here? Does this guy know something? Is he out of your reach? Are you gonna make him chomp on a cyanide pill the second he gets there? Because if that's the case, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, be like, yes, we are going to kill him. Oh, why didn't you say that already, bruh?
Yes, say no more.
Yeah, say
Like I
less.
would throw in a first round pick.
Say less. Say less. That's I didn't even think about that. Those are very valid questions, but yeah, but if they just want, he's one of ours. He helps us get the guns. I mean, I'm gonna be frank with you in my terrible Russian accent.
Yeah, but but like the idea like there is some danger here because it's like, well, what are trying to galvanize the war effort and say like, we um what's to stop them from planting hash oil on the next women's basketball player that's in the airport to try to get the next scary guy out. There's a lot of unanswered
Oh
questions,
my
but
God,
at the
yes,
same
dude.
time, it's like we leaving Brittany Griner in prison over there. Like, and I don't know. I've seen a lot of people say like she knew what she was getting into. Like, do the crime, do the time. I don't know how I feel about that.
Dude, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah. So, all right. Now we just went over the bands, right? So now it is time for top five. Top five places that you do not want to be banned from. And obviously, this can take a lot of different turns. So I would imagine, because me and Ralph's brain works completely differently, that our top five is going to be two totally different topics. So, where's your number five place that you do not want to be banned from?
My number five place that it would absolutely kill me to be banned from is the right side of the mattress. That's where
What?
I sleep. That's where I sleep. I don't think I could sleep on the other side. I already have enough trouble sleeping as
Is it
is.
is
It's been
it
a
the right
recurring
side
theme in my
as you're
life.
facing it, or the right side when
Right
you're
side
as you're laying
facing
up
it.
looking? Wait. So if you're
Also,
standing up looking at the mattress,
yes.
at the headboard, it's got to be on that right side, or the right side when you're laying down on your back looking at the ceiling.
Well, I sleep on my stomach, so it's the right side either way. Right side. That when you're facing the bed, right side of the headboard. So that if you're sleeping on your stomach, if you go to get up and you're on your stomach, your right leg goes out of the bed first.
You are a maniac for sleeping on your stomach, but anyways,
What is that? You sleep on your like every famous person that's ever died in their sleep laying on their back.
I don't sleep on my back.
What are you side?
Yes, yes. So
That's
now I
fair.
get
That's
two
side
options.
sleeping is cool.
Yeah, I
Side
get two
sleeping is cool.
options.
Wife's a back sleeper. I don't trust it.
Yes, I
Like
don't trust back to dude. That feels like death. It feels like potential death. Back
feels like
sleeping.
open casket.
Exactly. Exactly, dude. Like you said, every famous person that feels like they've died was on their back sleeping. Sleep apnea.
That's what.
Mm-mm.
Anytime I've ever accidentally fallen asleep on my back, I wake up with a sore throat, and I was like, "Oh, I know I was making some noise."
Exactly. All right, my number five place is like, if I got banned from every ice cream place on earth, I would be upset. Like Cold Stone.
Like you're upset. You're upset now because your favorite ice cream place by your house just closed.
Oh my God, Owls, which is like some of the greatest ice cream, homemade ice cream that you will ever have. I took Ralph there. It's amazing. So yeah, so every ice cream place on earth, if I were banned from there, I'd be very upset.
Okay, that's a good one. Number four for me, the driver's seat. I don't think I could last very long if I was not allowed to drive. If I had to like be a passenger no matter what, like if I had to give up my license or something like that and I couldn't drive, I can't do it.
How
I
about
really
if you were rich enough to have a driver?
I don't know. I don't know. I've got phobia of like just being out on the road.
Oh, so
Um
you got trust
and
issues, is what you're saying, for
but just
somebody else driving.
maybe I don't know it. So I already have like a lot of nerves and anxiety just being out driving, and it's very helpful to be in control.
Yeah. So do
Like
you
it's
let
very
Aaron
helpful.
drive,
So
or do you drive?
absolutely, I absolutely let Aaron drive. But like one out of every 10 times, like when when we get to where we're going, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like I and like where I have to actually take 15, 20 minutes to like gather myself. And it's not super frequent. Like I said, like
Yeah.
out of every 10 times. And in the last 2 years, there's not like a whole lot of driving going on. But you know me, I take really long road trips in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
up to 6,000 miles a summer on the road. She drives exactly zero of those miles. So if we're out and it's like the whole day driving,
Yeah.
I'm locked in. She takes care
Yeah.
of the kids, and like that's our roles. Which is just super helpful for me and my nerves. I don't get anxious about a lot of things, but being in the car, being on the road, there's just so much that you can't control, and so it just gives my nerves a little rest to be the boss of the situation.
Okay. My number four. If I got banned from Instacart, I would be very upset, bro. I would
I
be
hate
one.
Instacart.
What? How do you hate Instacart? It is awesome, particularly if you see. So you have to be in communication with the grocery picker uppers because they will sometimes. Some of them are lazy. Some of them are fantastic,
Yes.
but some of them they're like, oh, I can't find it. And one particular thing, we buy these fresh hash browns, right? And they
What
will
is a
go look for
fresh
them.
hash brown? That's a potato.
They're already sliced like hash brown thingies, bro.
Okay.
And instead of and they go look for them in the freezer section, but they're not in the freezer section. They're in the fresh stuff section. And sometimes people, oh, they're not there. I'm like, go look next to the yogurt. They're right there in the top right hand corner, but behind aisle number 17. So if you give them good direction, Instacart is amazing, bro. I don't even go to the store unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, I don't I don't know. So the store is like a little bit of a break from your kids. So I don't mind going in there and taking a half hour just to get out of the house. But there's just been too many times since the start of Instacart where you'd be like Heinz mustard, and they'd be like, "We didn't have Heinz mustard. Is Aquafresh toothpaste okay?" You're just like, "No, no, it
Oh
is
my,
not."
that's funny.
But there are a lot of people who like, especially when they get it delivered to their house, they feel like it's a huge lifesaver. I
Yes,
totally understand that.
yes, that is
But yeah,
exactly the way I feel.
like the third time they ever messed it up, I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Oh my God, dude. One time I ordered okra, right? I ordered
Hmm.
12 pieces of fresh okra. Like it said, how many 12 pieces of okra. These fools and I didn't I was doing something at the time so I couldn't respond to them about the change, right?
Hmm.
And it just said change from fresh okra to frozen okra, so I just kind of ignored it, right? These mofos brought me 12 bags of frozen okra. 12 bags. Like, where was the common sense in that? Like, I was
That's
getting like a
incredible.
pound and a half of okra. And now I have 12 bags of frozen okra. Go slap yourself in the face. All right. What's your number three?
Movie theaters. Movie theaters. Like I hope movie theaters don't die because one way that the one thing I do for myself, the one recharge that I have, it used to be one every 2 weeks, but since the pandemic, it's definitely been probably like 3 times in the last 2 years. But is going to a movie by myself. Love to go to a movie by myself, especially if it's like a Wednesday at like 10 o'clock. So it's not going to throw off anybody else's schedule. I'm going to be in the theater probably by myself. Get a icy, get some chocolate dip cookie dough, and take in a good movie, a bad movie. I don't care. But that's my favorite way to just recharge my mind, spirit is just go out to a theater. Like
Yeah.
if it's Netflix or if it's in the house, it just doesn't have the same effect. So you just have the feeling of going somewhere, doing something that's just for you. My wife, she'll go get a pedicure, go get a manicure, go get a massage, have 10, 12 different things that she does. I have Cinemark. So please, please let's keep movie theaters open. Let's bring
Yeah.
back old
See,
movies and show them in theaters. Let's do whatever we can to keep them going. Because if I lose that, I'm gonna be lost.
yep. Oh, for sure, bro. For sure. I would hate to get banned from movie theaters too. But my number three, I would hate to get banned from is airports, bro. If I got banned from airports, like on a no fly list, bro, it's over. It's over. Because well, actually, no, it's not over because that would actually make me go work harder because then I need to be independent. I need to be wealthy enough to fly private everywhere. So at least there is another option. But to be banned from airport, actually, but then you still have to go to the airport. So then maybe you would be banned from private travel too. So to be banned from airports would be the absolute worst.
So what you're saying is you would never, as a former NFL player yourself, pull a former NFL player Brendan Langley
I
and knock
mean,
out a United, knock out a
I
United
cannot
ticket
say
taker.
that I would not do that. Depends on what happened in the situation. If he slapped my wife, I'm knocking him the fuck out. If you touch my kids, you're getting whooped on, homie.
Whose side are you on there? There's only
Okay,
one side.
so so
Are you on
so
Brendan Langley's side or not?
yes, but it did give me pause once I saw the entire video because there was some more fighting that happened prior to that. But the fact that the airline employee did not go to jail, I got a problem with that.
I think that should be one of those situations where police go to both people involved and they're like, "You good? You good? I got other stuff to do today."
Yeah, exactly, exactly. All right. Oh wait, you you
And we're
gave
on
your
my
number
number
three.
two.
Yes. What's your
Yep,
number two?
number two. Wyoming, state of Wyoming. I might I might not be able to survive because I go home once a year.
Yeah.
I still call it home, even though I would never live there. Um, I suppose if I had like a certain amount of wealth, but then it wouldn't be the Wyoming I know because I'd be like holed up in a cabin in Jackson Hole somewhere or something like that. But I'm from Wyoming. I'm from the northern part on the Montana border, the Bighorn Mountains, specifically there. If I wasn't allowed to just go touch grass in Wyoming once a summer, who knows what I'd turn it? Because I get real antsy around March, and then at that point I have to plan my trip home. Right.
Yeah.
This summer I don't have to plan anything because there's a funeral. So I'm going back um, for a funeral in June. But like I gotta go, and then once I go, good for like another 11 months. But I have to go breathe that air, drink that water. I have to. And if they didn't let me in, oh man, I'd have to like substitute it with northern Utah or something.
All right. My number two is if I got banned from my kids' schools.
Like for being a rowdy basketball parent or something
Yes,
like that.
yes, dude. If I got banned from all their games, that would be a disaster, bro. Like I don't even know what I would do. Having to sit at home and live stream the games. I mean, at least I would still get to see them, but being one of those people that's banned in public, I would that would be too much.
Because everybody be talking about it too.
Yeah.
Like your son go out there down and be like, "Man, I bet George would want to be here, but he couldn't keep his damn mouth shut. Had to fight a ref."
Exactly. Exactly.
Can you guess my number one?
Oh my god, it's gonna be something ridiculous. It's going to be like all taco shops in America
No, no. I'll figure out how to make my own. But no, where do we meet? Where do you and I meet?
on Twitter.
Yeah,
That's my number
if
one
I got banned from
too,
Twitter.
dude. That's my number one too. If I got banned from Twitter, bro, I would. I don't even, dude. I would beg for mercy. I would beg for like, let me back, please, God. I mean, imagine
Man,
not even and not even being able to not tweet on Twitter, but not being able to consume Twitter too.
hmm
Like
yeah.
it's less about being able to put out on Twitter as to be able to receive the greatness that Twitter has.
You know that okay, this getting into the weeds. You know how bad Donald Trump wanted to still be president, and you know how mad he was at Mike Pence when like he still powered through and got that Twitter ban.
Yeah.
Like if it was me, if I was Donald Trump, and I sent a huge horde of people marching toward the Capitol to hang my vice president. They were like, "Hey, if they pull this off, you might not be able to get back on Twitter." I'd been like, "All right, hold on, whoa. New plan."
Hey, they gave him a shot, bro. Twitter gave him multiple they fired multiple warning shots. At the second warning shot, actually probably at the first warning shot, but definitely at the second warning shot, I'd be like, all right, cool. I'm towing the
Yeah.
line. I gotta at least give this space. Like I gotta at least like wait a year or two before I do something else. That way then they have to give me another warning.
You know that like we like neither one of us mentioned like banned from seeing our kids, but both were like, "Yeah, Twitter, that'd be rough."
Oh, I didn't
Like super big assholes right now.
I didn't even think about that. Sometimes I would accept the ban, but you know. All right, next thing up, the Tim Anderson versus Josh Donaldson. Tim Anderson says that Josh Donaldson called him Jackie in a way that he felt was disrespectful. Tony La Russa came out and said it was racist. Josh Donaldson said that, yo, I was just playing. I just said Jackie. And now there's a big, huge mess. Whose side are you on? Are you on Tim Anderson's side? Are you on Josh Donaldson's side? Or are you on Tony La Russa's side? Are you on the disrespectful side, the racist side, or this is nothing side? And I'm sorry that he was offended because this is nothing side.
I thought it was mean but funny. I don't agree with Tony LaRue. I don't think like it I don't think it's out and out racism when Tim Anderson had referred to him. Like it's not like he just said it unprompted. It was in relation to Tim Anderson referring to himself as Jackie Robinson, which is like it just it struck me as something like Jeff Ross would say at a roast.
So
Like,
are you
funny,
serious right now
mean.
that you don't think that's racist?
I guess if my whole thing was when I found out that Tim Anderson had referred to himself in mentioned Jackie Robinson, it added context that wasn't there before. And when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, that's like a little bit funny, actually. Like it's mean, like a level of trash talk that I don't because I don't know if he had referred to himself as like I'm like the Michael Jackson of baseball or I'm like the Michael Jordan of baseball or like literally anything. If you're referring to the article, like is it just Jackie Robinson's name that makes it about race? Was the context Tim Anderson talking about that?
Do you know why you don't think it's racist? Do you know why you don't think it's racist?
Because of 3/4 white?
No, because it's not. That's why. Because it's not racist. However, Tim Anderson didn't say it was racist. He said it was disrespectful, which is totally different. And mind you, we do not know the context of how he said Jackie, right? Is that I can say the exact same words. I can say, "What's up, Ralphie?" Referring to you, and not the Colorado mascot, but I can say, what's up, Ralphie?" Or I can say, "What up, Ralphie?" I mean, it just all depends on how I said it. That takes the meaning into a different way. So,
but even if you were saying, but in that analogy, if you were saying Ralphie to me and you were referring to the Colorado Buffalo, right? I'm wearing a shirt right now with a buffalo on it. I'm wearing a hat of a state that has a buffalo for the state flag. I'm referring to it myself. Like,
yeah, but you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying that context.
So
that how
Josh
people
Donaldson
say something
on the word Jackie,
that doesn't turn it racist because it's not a racist term, but it can be disrespectful how he said it. You see what I'm saying?
But but
That can get you upset based upon how he said it. But is it racist how he said it? No. But the and the reason why is because Tim Anderson referred to himself as Jackie Robinson. But the other part of this, just in general, not just about this situation, when it comes to racism and terms or being disrespectful in terms, people will use normal words. Like if you notice, people have changed the words that they have used over the last century to be derogatory to women, homosexuals, black people, whatever. The terms change because
yeah,
because now you have to use more coded language, and now people are smart enough to where they're like, "Ooh, I'll use this word because I can deny it and be like, "Oh my God, what are you talking about? I just said X, Y, and Z. Why is he so upset?"
right. I I don't know. Maybe it's just from growing up watching basketball, but like most of the trash talk in basketball is disrespectful, and that's how you trash talk. In
Yeah.
baseball, chirp each other, but there doesn't seem to be that
No. No.
much of it.
The,
But there is a line in
baseball players
basketball.
are
We learned what
way
it
too
was.
sensitive. Yeah.
Right, right. But
That
like,
your
there's
wife
a
tastes
line
like
that
Honey
you
Nut Cheerios? Are you talking about that one?
that one was pretty terrible. And then there was a Kevin Garnett Charlie Villanueva interaction that was not good.
Yes.
Um,
That
but
might have
like,
got you slapped if it were an award show.
right, right. But like, if Charlie Villanueva had referred to himself as Powder in a magazine article, and then Kevin Garnett said, "What's up, Powder?" I don't think that there would have been.
I
So
can
like
call
the only
myself
difference
Powder. You
here,
don't call me Powder.
but then that's fair exchange. But like then we've had the only difference here is that Josh Donaldson's white and Tim Anderson's black. So we have like the hey, what have we stepped in here? But if Tim Anderson doesn't have an issue, then Tony La Russa, who has a history of incredibly bad judgment,
Oh my
like
God.
him,
Good God. Last year, he got mad at the dude who was leading his team in batting average for who had just come up to the majors, had been struggling to stay in the majors, leading the team in batting average, like got on his case because he was celebrating his victories too much.
yeah, you should see the way he treats the police officers that try to stop him from driving drunk.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So, but now speaking of racism, there was something that has happened that has just absolutely, and truthfully, it deserves every single bit of ridicule that it's gotten. Every single bit. And that is the fact that Juneteenth is coming up. And you had Walmart try to, dude, this is a grift. This lets me know that they had no black people in the room when this was discussed, because it may have come from a good-hearted place, maybe, right? Aside from them trying to capitalize on it, they may have been like, okay, cool, let's make sure that now that Juneteenth is a big thing, let's make sure that we're ahead of it and we're celebrating it with the black folks, right? So great value, not a black brand. It's Walmart's box brand stuff like Costco and Kirkland.
which is all which is also slang for knockoff. Like
Yes,
if someone calls you the great value something, they're calling you a cheaper version of the real deal. People
correct.
use great value as an insult all the time. The San Diego Chargers did it the other day when they were doing boxes of Pop Tarts as NFL teams, and they
Yes,
called the Falcons great value pomegranate.
yes. So now imagine. So now you know who could have gotten away with making great value Juneteenth ice cream. I mean, who could have got away with getting making Juneteenth ice cream? Only one company,
Oh, Ben and Jerry's, who
Ben and
every single one
Jerry's.
of their ice creams is. Yeah, they have the Colin Kaepernick Save the World or whatever it's called.
Yes.
Yeah,
But look at this, bro. This is clearly that lets you know that they had no black people in the room because they were like, yeah, we're gonna celebrate it and we're gonna make money. And if there had been a real black person in there, they'd have been like, yo, fam, this ain't it. This ain't it. I understand your intentions, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. And then Roy Wood ended up getting drug into it because he pointed it out, and people think that he was trying to start a movement, and he was like, "Bro, I was just being funny."
All right. So, are you ready for the most important question here?
Okay.
If there was a Juneteenth ice cream, would it be cheesecake and red velvet?
Fuck no. Cheesecake and red velvet. Red velvet ice cream. Red velvet is. I don't eat red velvet. I mean, dude, the, oh my god, dude, this is the problem with choosing a Juneteenth ice cream. Is that if it is that whatever flavor that you choose could be racist. Do you think all black people like red velvet? How about no? How about no? How about you make it like a damn Neapolitan? I could accept that because you got a little black, you got a little white, red, strawberry. That's what black people are. Some of them are dark like me. Some of them look like, some of them look like my wife and part of my kids, and like some of them have short hair, long hair, straight hair, curly hair, kinky hair. I mean, dude, there's so many different versions of what black people look like that you cannot label one flavor of ice cream, the Juneteenth ice cream. I will die on that hill, bro.
If Walmart doesn't selling it, are you gonna try it?
Hell no. First of all, I don't go in Walmart. First thing,
Oh,
like,
that's right, because of click list or whatever.
wait, what?
You don't shop. You don't shop for anything at Walmart.
No, I don't go. I mean, there have been times where I have been absolutely faced with no choice but to go in Walmart. But I don't go in Walmart. I go in Target.
Okay.
Walmart is like, dude, it's like too much stuff in there. It's like going to Macy's. Like there's too much stuff. Actually, no, because Macy's is okay, but Walmart, no, dude. If I'm not gonna say what I really think because then you will use this as ammunition later. So no.
Nah, man, I'm all about Walmart slander. I'm from a small town. They come into small towns and they put everybody else out of business, and then bring Chinese manufactured goods into the town, and then don't pay people enough to actually get off of any type of welfare.
Dude,
So they get people
it's
stuck
cheap.
up on.
It's cheap stuff. It is the food is poor quality. I just
But it's a
it's
great value.
you can't use Apple Pay there. Like it has none of the creature comforts that I am okay with. None of them.
And like 8 different members of the Walton family are billionaires.
Yeah. So it's
And they named their brand of dog food after their like dog they used to have, Old Roy. It's the worst brand of dog food on earth.
okay. Well, there you guys have it. That's Ricer Wrong for the day. I'm George Ricer. He's